Is there anything better than a donut, cup of coffee, out on the patio on a 70-degree morning, bright blue skies? It's kind of like the perfect morning. Hey, I've been going over the last few weeks about sin, standards, God, truth. And I think it's really, really important that we remember God sets standards, truth, and defines it. And I kind of went over what sin is, what freedom from guilt and shame is. And I said today I would tie it all together. So let me tell you a story. Kind of the story of Christians, God. From Genesis to Maps, a whole Bible, 2.5 minutes. In the beginning, God created. He made all this existence. I mean, I've said it before, he's an artist. And you see through what he's created. But God is also love. And love has to share. Maybe one day I'll go into that. And so he created man and woman, mankind. Gave them kind of the keys to earth. And said, here, take this and keep creating. Keep building, keep making, make it your own. And we did. And it was perfect. But love always involves a choice. So we had a choice whether to follow God, whether to disobey God, whether to believe him, whether not to believe him, whether to think he was telling the truth or to think we knew better. And what happened? We thought we knew better and we disobeyed. And it says, and that's when sin entered the world, where we thought we knew better than God. We kind of made our truth, if you will. And that perfect world was no longer perfect. I mean, you see little glimpses of it today, Look at a snake. Look at his skin. Look at the pattern on it. You see glimpses of beauty, even in this sin-marred existence. But we lost that. And not only lose that perfection, but we lost that fellowship with God, that hanging out with God, and God with us, that love, if you will. And when we lost that, we wanted it back. And we kept trying to get back. We would go to church, we would worship, we would celebrate the holy days, we would sacrifice, we would pray, we would do good, we would give, and we kept doing and doing and doing and doing, trying. The whole story of the Old Testament. And no matter what we did, we couldn't get back to God because we can't. Not on our own. So finally, God said, enough. Stop trying to get back to me. Let me come and do it for you. And that's the story of Jesus, God in the flesh. And he lived that perfect life. He became a sacrifice. God himself had to sacrifice himself to pay the price for our disobedience. And all we have to do is to say, God, I get it. I understand your truth, the truth. I understand what you did. And I want to quit living out my life, my truth, my ways, thinking I know best, and give my life to you. Let me live out with you and follow you. And when we give our lives off, I guess it's off ourselves, but when we finally say, I believe and I want to follow you, we have that relationship again. Not because we did something, but it's because God said, quit trying and let me do it. He did something. And what that does is it frees us from sin. It frees us from the penalty. It frees us from the guilt of not meeting the standards that we set. It frees us from the shame that we feel when we let people down, let ourselves down, let God down. Because God, who created us way back when, knows us and wants us, and that's why He did this for us. So we get to live out this life with peace and, I don't even know what the word is. I guess peace. Knowing that we won't meet those standards, but God will and has and does. And it's through Jesus' eyes that He sees us and accepts us. And one day, that perfect world we had, that perfect existence, will come again, to where we have that communion, that hanging out with God. Genesis to Maps. The story of truth, sin, freedom from guilt and shame, forgiveness and acceptance. If you don't have that and you want it, get in touch with me. And if you have anything to say, let me know. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at FL Compass Church. Best way to get me, the Church Happy Hour. Send me a question at Church Happy Hour on Facebook. And let me show you how easy it is, because it really is just that easy. We don't have to do anything because God already did it. Because all we got to do is just kind of believe, accept. So, I hope you make that choice. And if you don't know how, get in touch. Let me show you. Story of Christianity, story of the Bible. That's it. Guys, I'm glad I've gotten to talk about this. Thanks for hanging out with me here on a beautiful Saturday morning. And keep those questions coming. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you Wednesday.